Dave, you've been in business, you've owned your own business for about 19 years now. What experiences in your business career will you put forth in your political career for North Haven?
Well, when I started my business, or anybody that starts a business, you have to start with a strong foundation. You have to have a mission statement. You have to have plans. You have to know what you're going to do from month to month and year to year. So saying that, I would build a foundation, and that would be trying to build a foundation with men and women I'd serve with. You have to start with, you have to get along with people. So you have to have a rapport. And then you have to have a vision. So in my business, what I did was I built the foundation. I did countless research. I did research for over almost 9 months before I even opened my business, because it was something I never did and I needed to learn about it. And I did quite a bit of research. So then I would do the research and I would plan. I would listen to my customers, what they wanted. I would look down the road 1 or 2 years, and that's how I was able to stay successful. I always looked, when times were good, they were good for quite a long time. It's been tough for the last couple of years. I always looked plan for the future, 2 or 3 years down the road. And that's how you stay in business. But honesty, hard work, customer service, what you say you're going to do, what you say you're going to give a customer, you do that. Retail, service-oriented, any industry, you do what you say, you do. And that's what I've been able to do. So it should be no different in government. It's just that in business, it's my money. In government, it's the people's money. But unfortunately, I think politicians, many of them, not all of them, there's a lot of good politicians. They don't monitor the money. They don't look down the road. There's no real vision. And you have to have that. You have to act like it's yours, even though it's the people's, but spend it wisely and think wisely.
As you drive around North Haven, Dave, you see a lot of vacant, empty buildings, businesses, dilapidated buildings, which is something Michael Frieda, the first selectman, is addressing in the first selectman's office in North Haven. At the state level, what would be your agenda addressing this problem?
It all goes back to taxes, energy, and jobs. If companies can't afford to stay in business in Connecticut because they're paying too much taxes, too many regulations, unnecessary, you need regulation, but unnecessary regulations, too much entity taxes, the energy costs are too high, we'll lose those jobs. So you have to fight for a fair tax code for all. It starts with money. You can't do anything without money. So if businesses are paying too much, they're going to go to another state. I think Connecticut is one of the greatest states to do business, and I've said this over and over. We're located between Massachusetts, New York City, New York State, 2 major thruways, 2 major harbors, interstates, I said the interstates, rail systems. So you have to start with taxes. You have to start, and sometimes incentives actually for companies to stay here, as long as they're hiring people in the state and staying in the state.
And Marlin is another company that is leaving North Haven, and I know Michael Frieda is working diligently to get that problem resolved in North Haven.
You know, another thing too is the state representative, he or she, really has to work closely with the selectmen, first selectmen, the selectmen, mayors, and it's a team effort. It should always be a team effort, no matter what party, no matter who you are. It's a team effort for everybody. I'm a big believer in teamwork, from children to adults, always teamwork. And every aspect, family, business, the service, sports, it's always teamwork.
Yes.
You look at good teams, like successful teams, successful businesses, they work together, they listen to one another. So teamwork.
For the residents of North Haven that do not know the role of state representative, can you explain to the viewers out watching NHTV tonight what the role of the state representative is?
Yes, I'd be glad to. Obviously, I'm running for state representative, and I've been walking. I started walking last week. I'm enjoying meeting everybody. But I'm surprised how many people don't know the full role of a state representative. The state representative, he or she votes for laws, policies, taxes at the state level, on every aspect of government and really our daily lives. And then the local level, that's all transcended down to the local level. Then you help individuals, you help some businesses. But so it's voting on all laws, all policies in the state, tax codes, tax laws, really you name it. And then education funding, energy, environmental laws, environmental protection laws, really everything. And most people really don't realize the importance of a good state representative. And I believe a state representative should, again, listen to the citizens of their town and then do what's right. So for the majority of the people.
Dave, you said you started walking door to door, greeting people. If a family or a neighborhood wanted to have you over for coffee, how would they go about setting up that appointment with you and going forward with that?
I would love that. They would just call me. They could call my cell, 203-980-0030, work 203-234-2989. They could go to my website. I think it's on the screen, www.daveyaccarino.com, or email me at votedave@daveyaccarino.com. But I would welcome any calls, listening to anybody. I'll be doing a question and answer session June 8th at the North Haven McDonald's, John McKnight's McDonald's, right on Route 5. And from here on in, I'm looking to meet as many people as possible to listen and also explain what the state representative does, my views, but listening. And I welcome everybody and anybody from now until November 2nd.
Okay. And that would be a Democrat, Republican,
Oh, anybody.
affiliate?
Listen, when I say it, I mean it. Okay. We all live in the same town. Yes. I don't care what affiliation somebody is, as long as if they. Well, most people do care, so I don't even want to say that. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
You have volunteered for many organizations and youth groups throughout your time in North Haven and outside of North Haven. Can you elaborate on some of the groups and organizations that you volunteered for throughout your life?
I have, but actually many people in our town have. I think we live in a great town. In most towns, there's many volunteers, so I'm not new to it. Many people do much more than I've done. But what I have done is worked with St. Francis Cabrini Church, the youth group, youth mentor. This back in the 90s, soup kitchens and things of that nature. I coached in Max Anyway from all leagues, except for I didn't coach in Little League. I helped a little, but I mainly from scooters all the way through to ponies and then Babe Ruth. My greatest joy as far as volunteering, it was Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, especially Boy Scouts, because I love to backpack. I like the outdoors, and it was just the greatest enjoyment for me. I used to always say, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I did it for my kids. I did it," and I did do it partially for that, but I did it because I really enjoyed it, and I had a fellowship and a bond with all the other leaders that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. A great bunch of men and some women. It was just really wonderful. Now I'm a member of the Republican Town Committee. That's not really a volunteer group. But those are the things really.